Good evening, guys. It's a 7:40 p.m. Today is June 29th, Wednesday. So let me go to the pre-market notes, right? So ES&Q overnight. So there are a couple of things going on, So let me first, hold on. So I wanted to show you something, right? So first thing is, before I go into this, right, you need to know what kind of day is going to be today, right? That is the first thing, before you go into the trading, right? So that was this was the answer, right? So first of all, let's talk about this, right? So yesterday, end of the day, that was the closing remark I put it, right, in my end of day notes, that tomorrow, which is today, I want to see ES holding it below 43.40, right, and then NQ below 850, 830, right, and then I want to see kind of a ping pong to neutral down day. See, so even yesterday at closing, end of the day yesterday, I envisioned this kind of price action coming into today, at 6 p.m. yesterday. Okay, so that was the first thing you have to keep in mind, right? So whoever is reading these notes, right, then today going into the day, right, when I was writing the pre-market note, these notes, right, so when I published at 6 o'clock in the morning the notes, right, I was writing the notes. So the first thing I typed here, look at this, right? So this is very important to know, because this will allow you to trade this kind of choppy day today, how to trade this kind of day, right? Otherwise you will have no clue how to trade this, right? But if you know these things, you can literally shorts and long, go short, go long, go short. Entire day you can trade that way, from the top and bottoms, if you need to know how to do these things, right? So this notes will help. So yesterday, the closing remark, right, that you are expecting a ping pong to neutral down day, and then this was a morning note, right? Today it may go lower of the open. Now watch it this carefully, right, and then you will see it. I saw this thing happening at 6:19 a.m. this morning, going into RTH, right, and then I can show you how it worked out. But it may go lower of the open, then higher. So lower, higher, lower, higher, and then at the end close somewhere in the middle of day's range, right? So lower, higher, close in the middle of the day's range, right? This is for ES and NQ together, both of them, so, and NQ I also gave a closing range 656 to 680 in Discord, so now if I open this, right, you can see it lower, higher, lower, higher, and then close in the middle of the day's range, right, which is middle is right around here. See this somewhere here, 668, 70, 80, somewhere here, right, and then you can see it closing right in the middle. So entire day, remember I said lower of the open, lower, higher, lower, higher, and then close in the middle. Entire day, entire day I envisioned or visualize it at 6 o'clock in the morning. See how powerful it is. So now knowing that thing, you can trade this way. Look at this: short, long, and no trading, because now day is going to close here. That means neither side is going to get in control, right? So after this point, no trading. Why? Because of this. See, this is your fourth trade going down, and then no trading. Why bother, right? Because closing is going to be here somewhere, right? And you don't know how far it's gonna go down. Maybe here it can bounce, maybe here it bounce, right? So there is no way to trade this price action. It's a chopping around. So unless it goes above this or below this, you can't trade. Simple. So why waste your energy trading this movement, right? See my point? So that's pretty much it for today. I don't have to even walk you through this entire video, Same thing ES, down, up, down, up, down. Simple, That's it. And trade in the middle. Look, close it right in the middle. See, this is what I wrote it, right, at 6 o'clock, and you can see it right in the middle. Right in the middle. Look at this, exactly at 20 in the middle. See? So yeah, you can tell me I'm psychic, but that's all it is, Once you read the price, once you watch the price a lot, day in day out, you know all these things, how the day is likely to happen, you know. But anyway, so now I don't have to talk about the trades right here, because you know this is what it's going to happen. So how do I justify that you can go long here and short here? You know already it's not gonna go higher or lower, right? So all you have to do is what? Watch the level. I already covered this in pre-market in our live commentary, right? While I was trading till 10 o'clock, right? So then I covered this thing, why there was a short, why there was a short here, why there was a long here, why there was a short here, right? It was a failed breakout of Globex high, right? You know sellers are in control, right? I said I said no to long, right? So in Discord we discuss in pre-market voices not to take any longs, look for shorts only, right? So these longs are only there because if you are experienced enough, then you can take this long, right? Or if you are using Mboxwave or some other tools, then you can take this long. Otherwise you take only shorts 1, 2 and 3, that's it, you know. 1 and 2, that's it, you know, nothing else. ES same thing. See, ES has a good situation today, you know. So once this short was over, right, then it bounced, right? You're looking for weakness in the buying. That is what we discuss in pre-market voice, right? So on the way up, look at the AD, double divergence here. See that? Strong divergence while the ES was going higher. It's a bearish market overall. What else do you want, right? So bearish market overall. Yesterday we had a trend down day and it's a bearish divergence. Three things in one together. What else do you need? Short it right there. Then take profit here, right? Don't get fooled that it's gonna go down by looking at this, right? See, most of the day traders, by looking at this, after seeing this breakdown of this low, right, here in the middle, right, they will think they might have shorted it right here. They are the poor fellows because they don't know what's going on, right? And then immediately they got stopped out, right? So because I knew this day is going to happen, and actually I was talking in Discord right when price was coming down, I said is going to bounce right from here in ES and NQ right here. See, that's why I had a profit here, and I was talking literally in Discord that this may bounce from here because this was a fourth leg, down, up, down, up. This was a fourth leg of my writing, right? So, but I know that it may bounce from here, you know. So, and it literally bounced after that, you know. But then it went higher. Look at this, double divergence. It is even more down. And price is again trying to make a new high. Bearish market, right? Bearish divergence, double divergence. So, short again if you want to, you know. And then take profit. Simple. And then you call it a day because you can't just, you know, keep shorting it. Right? Because you know the price is going to close in the middle somewhere. So even though if you short it here, the middle is this, right? So it's going to come back there, and look at this, it came there and closed there, right? So that's how the day is today. There were trades, definitely, you know, but then people were asking, you know, how do I trade this day, this kind of day? You know, supports are not responding, resistance are not responding. But do you think that you are supposed to trade in this environment today? No. Why should you bother to trade? You take one trade here or one trade here, and then your story is over. You know price is ping-ponging right here, right? So I think like here, look at this. Do you want to trade this expecting that price will go higher or lower? Why make an expectation or guess? Let price confirms it first, right? So when you see by this time, in the first few minutes when you see the price is doing this, why do you want to trade? That is my question, right? After 10:30 or 11, right? Why do you want to even trade in this middle? Expecting that now price will go down, now price will go higher. Wait for price to give you confirmation. Let it go higher, and then buy it. Let it go lower and then sell it. You know, simple. So that being said, right? So this were the notes here. See, this was a good support, right? And this was a line in sell. See, today's sellers line in sell. That means sellers, I want sellers to keep it below, and they did it pretty much. That means they are in control going into tomorrow. Simple. Unless something changes in the overnight, right? And closing came as right as where I wanted it. So that means I know what is the next thing is going to happen. I'm not going to tell you, but we will see tomorrow morning. But anyway, So now let's talk about Mboxwave, right? Mboxwave is pretty easy today. So let's talk about Mboxwave, right? So now, so one thing you need to know, that how the day is going to play out, right? So you know ping pong may happen today, right? And then down up move may come, right? So if you're not part of my membership, then you will not know that thing, correct? Then you have to rely on purely on Mbox signals if you are using Mbox, right? Otherwise you are on your own, right? But so here, see, this is what now I'm going to pretend that I don't know whether this day is going to be trend up day, down day. I have no clue, right? That is what I'm going to pretend now. So by pretending that way, I don't know how the price is going to move, right? So I will just purely focus on this, right? So then at this point in the morning, right, before open, look at this. I'll go, right? Sell signal, sell delta. See, if you combine all this delta, right, overall you will see more red color here than blue color. You know, that's the first thing I notice, right, visually. And then I see this, correct? And I know, see, for me I was like hindsighted, right, that I know the first leg is lower, right? So this was a good shot for me. But for you, if you're watching it, you may not take this shot. By looking at this dot, right, you may enter right here, right? But then if this was a low here, so you will not enter here. You will wait for a price to go down little bit and look for a pullback signal, right? But here there was plus 44, right? And then immediately like upward buying, right? So you may miss this signal. That is what I'm trying to say, right? Based on pure Mbox, unless you know that overall this box is favoring more sellers than buyers, then you will take this short, right? But then if you took it, then immediately it bounces like right back to your entry point, right? And plus 44. Here you can even short if you want to, you know, because it's a lower, it's a low of this range, right? So here you can short with plus 44 if you want, right? But then going down, look at this, 148, 70, 92, right? Not enough supply and not enough selling. See this? So now here you should look for long. When you see this dot, price breaking out, you go long right here, right? There is no pullback signal though. You have to take a breakout here if you want to trade, right? This is, I'm pretending I don't know what the day is going to be ping pong, right? So then you go long here, or when the price pull back, here you go long, right? That's why there is an arrow there. And then you wait for a moon, right? Because you don't know, I'm pretending, right, that I don't know anything. And you look for moon. And then when you see price coming down here, chopping around, you know, this delta is lower than this, you may bail out here, if you are good enough in reading these things. Otherwise, you will be break even or some loss, right? Then you see this, right? So by looking at this, right, at that point, see, I'm pretending you have no clue, right? By looking at this, you're gonna think, man, it take out this low, I have a sell signal, you know, there is a delta divergence here, I have a selling coming in here, right? I have this selling coming in here. Everything is good, man. I have to short right here, either right here or right here. But at least you will wait for this low, right, to be taken out. So you will short right here, right? Now thinking it may at least go towards here, right? And next thing, boom, 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 right? You stopped out. If you're smart enough, you will maybe, actually you might even add here, right here. See, by looking at this pullback. See, by this time there was no signal that says, you know what, it's gonna reverse. By looking at this pullback, you will put your stop here or here and you will short, right? Maybe, may not, I don't know, I'm just thinking, you know. So whoever is going to think that yes, it could be a good short, then you have to understand that you need to read the bias first, right? You need to know what's going on, right? And then no, immediately stopped out, correct? Now what? Looking at this big bar, this buying came in, look at this buying, right? And then there is a pullback here, 75, and I'll go, right? But then what? Did it survive? No, on the way up, so there is no long here, right? And it went down. Now what? Now you wait. Then you see there is an imbalance here, right? And then you buying exited almost this buying, right? And now price is just breaking out of this, so you can go long here, or you can wait for this high to be taken out, right? and then what happened? Price tried to take out these things, may not, right? It did not, so no longs, right? And then came down, there is a pullback here. See now here, see this is the beauty of it. See here, pullback 120 to 81. What do you think? It's a long setup, right? Delta is higher, this is higher, this is a pullback, price wants to go higher here. Now you see this gray line, you will go long right here. But if you know that, you may have to give some room, there was a slight divergence here. See that? And there was not enough volume here or buying, right? So you may wait, choose to wait, right? Then in that case you got lucky, otherwise you are screwed. And then what happened? By looking at this, now what do you want to do? You want to short by looking at this 486, right? Yes, sure, why not, right? You have algos, you short here, and then what? Immediately reversal. See, what I'm trying to tell you here is there is no point discussing this Mboxwave today. Why? Because I can trade these things, even with these signals I can trade, right? But blindly I cannot trade these things, not today. Why? Because bias always comes first, right? Signal always comes second. These are the tools that will show you real-time buying and selling by other participants, right? They are not telling you that this is a good sell signal, short it right there, or this is a good signal, buy it right there blindly, right? It has to be context driven. You need to know your context going into the day. What are the likelihood scenarios, right? And then you use these tools, which is a powerful tool. Mike had developed it, right? So, but you used it in conjunction with your bias level context. If you use it blindly, not gonna work like today. Today you may lose, by trading this blindly. So that's why I'm not discussing that way that yes, this was a good long. I'm showing you how you get trapped today, if you use it blindly. But if you use systematically, right, then first leg lower, then it go higher, then it come lower, then it go higher, right? I can pretty much take all this trade from here, from long here, from short here, from long here, from short here, and that be all for today, right? And you can see these things, all these trades are lined up with these arrows, you can see it pretty much, and that be all for today.